Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be making cookies. Now these are so easy, these cookies, and they're really cheap and simple to make. You only actually need 3 ingredients to make them. It's as easy as that, but they're really tasty. They taste sort of really buttery and good. First up, what we need to do is preheat our oven to 170 degrees for 13 to 15 minutes. That's 170 degrees Celsius. I should write Celsius. I don't even know what the Fahrenheit conversion is, but most people have Celsius, and it might be a bit less with the fan oven, maybe like 160. There we go. So 170 degrees Celsius, and I have already put my oven onto that temperature, so it is heating away and ready. Next, you need to compile your ingredients. And they are 55 grams of caster sugar. I'm just going to use ordinary sugar because I don't have any caster sugar in my cupboard. But obviously you might be more equipped than me, so you can use, oh, those are the scales, I need them. You can use caster sugar if you're that way inclined. Okay, so we need, what did I say? I can't even remember myself. Oh, yeah, 55 grams of caster sugar. I'm doing this in real time. So basically you can do it with me. This will make about, depending on how big you make them, 12 to 15 cookies. Oh, I've already gone over 55 grams. That's no good. We don't want too much sugar because we know that that's unhealthy. Refined sugar is a no-no. There we go, 58 grams. Put a little bit more back. Okay. So we have 55 grams of sugar. I'm going to put that to one side. Then our next ingredient, 55 grams of sugar, is 110 grams of butter. So there we go. I've got my butter there. Now I always find it's really a lot easier if your butter's a bit melted to mix it in. So I'm going to pop it into my oven to make it all melty and easy. These cookies are so easy. It's all about ease. Especially in these times of being at home with your kids and they're driving you mad. I've literally stolen some time away. But as kids, I'm only joking, you don't drive us mad. We love you so much. To all the kids watching out there. Okay, so my butter is hopefully melting away. And in the meantime, our next ingredient is, where's my cards? 136 grams of self-raising flour. Okay, so I'm gonna pop that in the scales, recalibrate it to 0. Come on, scales. Oh, okay, marvellous. And then in we go, 136 grams of self-raising flour. Now, the reason I put self-raising in these cookies is because it makes them rise. So it makes them sort of more crumbly and buttery and yummy. I mean, it doesn't make it more buttery to use self-raising flour, but it means the butter, I feel it gets in all those little sort of holes, air holes of when it's rising. You know, your cookies, they're only going to rise a bit. It's not like a cake or something like that. Okay, 134 grams. Yay, bang on. 136. Obviously, if you want to make more cookies, you can double the amounts here. So that's it. We've got all our ingredients, and you can also add in, like, I don't know, raisins or chocolate chips or something like that if you want to make your cookies fancy. Lemon rind, whatever suits your fancy. You know, dried, what's it called? Dried ginger? No, not pickled ginger. What's the word I'm looking for? You know, that sort of sweet ginger. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying that you can add stuff in if you want. Okay, so now we're going to need to mix it all together in a bowl. So let's bung our ingredients. In goes the flour. That was the 136 grams of self-raising flour. In goes our sugar. That was, if I remember correctly, was that 55 grams of sugar, wasn't it? Let's check it on my cardboard. Yes, it was. And then the butter. I wonder if it's melted yet. I'll check. We always need our oven gloves when using the oven. Okay. Oh, it's sort of melting-ish. Okay. A small child has just wandered to the other side of the kitchen. Now I need to mix it around. What do you want? You want to come in the video? Okay, put on a Spider-Man mask and you can come in only in Spider-Man mask. Don't know why, but anonymity. Okay, so I'm just melting the rest of my butter. Hello, are you my assistant? Yeah. Yeah. What's it like being off school?
Where's the chocolate?
Well, there's chocolate. I found 2 cubes of chocolate left. Woo! In the chocolate in my fridge. My supplies are already depleting, which means going low. You know, my supplies are already running out. So I'm going to make those 2 cubes of chocolate into the chocolate chips that go into my cookies. Okay, this butter isn't quite melted, so I'm just helping it along a bit. I'll show you, I'll pick you up. Oh, sorry about that, there we go. So, overhead cam is showing you, and that's in the other bowl. There we go, this is all very low tech, this video.
Is it okay if I wear this instead?
Yes, you can wear that. Yes, and you can even see, wave. Did you make that box head? You like making things out of boxes. This is my 5-year-old son who likes making things out of boxes. You also like making cookies, don't you? Like the cookies I'm making right now. Yes, I don't quite know what that means. He can speak, but he's reverted to nonsensicalness. Okay, so once you've got all the lumps out of your butter and it's melted nicely, you can add it into the mix.
Yeah, I do want the Spider-Man mask.
You want the Spider-Man mask? You've got loads of masks. Why don't you find all your masks and come back in a different mask each time? Look, there's Greg Heffley over there from World Book Day. Do you want to be Greg Heffley? Okay, great. I'm going to pour this in. Greg Heffley's, of course, from Wimpy Kid, which is a great book. And that's what my son dressed up as on World Book Day.
No, Baby did that, not my...
No, I know. I meant my other son. Nobody dressed up as Cookie, did they? But never mind. We're making cookies to make up for it. That is a really creepy mask. Okay. You might put people off their appetite. You might, you might put them off eating the cookies.
Mummy,
okay, so we're mixing everything around.
Can I mix?
Yeah, you can mix that. And in the meantime, what I'm going to show you is that I've got this baking tray, cupcake tray. And this was a pretty shallow one, which works quite well for these biscuits, which is good because when I bought it, I think it was just from some discount shop, it was only like £1 or something. Basically, I was like, oh, this is so shallow, obviously it's going to be for £1. But now it's perfect. Take the rest of the melted butter from your bowl. I've got very clean hands.
No, Kobe, don't go in the video!
I washed my hands for 2 happy birthdays,
Me
which is what everyone should do before making their cookies, before eating, before doing pretty much anything these days. It's all about washing your hands for 2 happy birthdays. No, you're not supposed to be in this. Sorry. You can put a mask on and come in.
That's not fair. It's my birthday.
It is. It's my son's birthday today. That's right.
It's his 8th birthday.
That's correct. He's 8 years old. And we had a cake and now we're making cookies. These are your birthday cookies. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. And some are for me, aren't they?
Okay, so what I did is I just took the remnants of the butter from there and I've schmoosed it around. Now you can either, well done, that's really good mixing.
Hulk.
Yes, that is the Hulk. That's really good mixing. Now what you could either do, you could roll this out into a dough and then get cookie cutters. No, because that's not what we're doing. We're doing, which isn't as good as what we're doing. In fact, you could do that if you wanted to not make the cookies that we're making. But if you want to make the cookies we're making, you can help with this next bit task. Have you washed your hands for 2 happy birthdays? That's not helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2 son is shining a bright torch in my face, which isn't ideal. How come you guys aren't upstairs? I thought you were playing upstairs. No, I'm sure you don't. I got rumbled. I came to socially isolate in the kitchen, away from distractions. Okay, enough distractions. Okay, so now what you're going to do is, have you washed your hands for 2 happy birthdays? Then you can't do any of this stuff.
I said I can. I did.
I don't believe you. You have to go and do it again. Right, so then what we're going to do is
I have to start all over.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
he's fine. Okay, so yeah, press inside each of your cupcake circles a little flattened cookie like that. And they don't have to go right. They just go around the edges. They don't have to actually go right to the top, because remember, these are going to rise a bit. And you can mix in your raisins or your chocolate chips before. As I told you, I'm pretty much out of stuff. We're so early on in self-isolation, and already I don't have any chocolate. How will I cope? I'm such a chocoholic. I love chocolate. You heard the rules, dude. Go on. Go and get your Greg Heffley. Show everyone your Greg Heffley World Book Day number. Okay. So, and keep going. Pressing it around. Oh my goodness. Why are you shining a torch while I'm trying to show everyone how to make the best cookies?
It isn't a flashlight. It's a floodlight.
Ah, yeah. Kobe is referring to, in the second cookie book that I've written, one of the characters, Keziah, is afraid of the dark, and she carries this massive torch around with her everywhere she goes when it gets late, when it gets dark outside. Okay, did you do your 2 happy birthdays? Yeah? Okay, go on then. And then Cookie says it's not a flashlight, it's like a floodlight, because it's a really bright torch. And it blinds Cookie nearly on the camping trip. But anyway, that's book 2, which isn't out till August. Oh look, hello Greg Heffley. Do you want a cookie?
Yes, I do.
Oh, marvellous, Greg. So, what's the name of your brother again, Greg Heffley? Let's test Greg.
Oops.
Oh no, his head came off. Right, so obviously I'm doing this in real time, which means that if you wanted to, you could pause this.
Wow, now
and
it's
start again and do it in real time. But I wonder whether we'll get a chance to cook. I'll probably pause it because it's 13 to 15 minutes, the actual cooking element. Okay, we're going to have more than 12 in our batch, aren't we? Or should we just make them fatter, Huqs? What should we do? Should we have 12 or should we go for a few more? Let's make them fatter. Just
we
bolster
might
them
not
all
go
up.
for 12 because we have more people in this house.
No, we've got less people than 12 in this house. What are you talking about? We've only got 4 in the house. So hang on, if we've got 4 people in the house, let's do some maths while we're making our cookies. We've got 4 people in the house and we've made 12 cookies, Huxley. How many cookies does each person get? Can you work it out?
2, 4, 6.
Do you know your times tables?
12.
What's 12 divided by 4? So there we go. That is what it looks like. They're lovely and buttery, and they'll be really flaky. Right, so I'm going to put these in the oven. Oh, actually, before I do that, I'm going to cut up my little chocolate pieces into chips. I mean, there's not going to be enough to cover 12 cookies with these little bits. But anyway, what I'll do is I've got some raisins knocking about. And I'll put those on a couple of them as well. And then some of them can just be plain. And then, you know, we've got options. We've got something for everyone. Here we go. So, just going to squidge some of these chocolate chippy things on the top of my cookie. Obviously, if you've got lots of chocolate chips, you could do better than that. And you could actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Mix it throughout your cookie dough. Okay, so it's looking all right. Gonna add some raisins in as well. Okay, so this is how it's looking.
Mummy, I want to be the cameraman. Can I be the cameraman?
That is, I put some raisins on some, and then chocolate chips on some, and some are just plain. So there we go. It's time to go into the oven. I don't need a cameraman. I've got this lovely stand. You've been superseded by technology. It's not even technology. It's just a stand. Okay, so these are going in the oven 13 to 15 minutes.
Cameraman.
So I'm going to set the timer. Oh, I've now got a cameraman. Okay, yeah, it's not the best shot. So yeah, see you in 15. So any moment now, the alarm will go off, which means that my cookies are ready. and I can show you what they look like. Hopefully they'll be lovely golden brown. If they're not, you can put them in for a little bit longer. There we go. That's the cube. Oven gloves on, obviously, in the name of safety. I don't know. Oh, mine are over there. Excuse me. Back again. Here we go. So there we are. So we have my 3 varieties of cookie. These are the raisin ones here. You have to also make sure, I forgot to say, that you make sure each raisin is burst, because otherwise they can balloon up. These are the sort of chocolate chip ones made out of those last 2 cubes, and then I've just done 3 plain ones on the edge there. Now hopefully, because I smooshed my butter around my cupcake tray, they shouldn't be too stuck. I'm just looking for a little wooden spoon thing to ease them out with. Can't find any, you know, it's just one of those takeaway spoons. Wooden takeaway spoon. Ah, I had so many of this. Never mind. Oh, here we go. Got one. One of these numbers. Okay, so just gonna, oh, it's hot, it's hot. Where's my oven glove? So yes, go around the edge, and the fact that you put the butter, they should come out really nice and easy. In fact, these are really very happily easing out, as you can see, and that's all because we used, and it's good because you're using up all the butter that's around the edges of the bowl, not wasting anything. So the next you need to transfer them to one of these, it's a wire cooling rack, so that they can just cool off nicely. Here we go, put them there with their buddies. I've made them actually deeper than I usually do, so I've made 12 this time. Sometimes you can eke out 15 if you want to. There we go. So those will then cool off. Oh, I've left one in there. Oh, hang on, that one's stuck. Where's the wooden spoon? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Right, got it. And there we go. Last one. So there we have it. They just need to cool down, and then they're ready to eat. These cookies were just made with those 3 ingredients. That's all it took, plus any optional extras that you want to put in, like chocolate chips or crystallized ginger or whatever takes your fancy. Your birthday cookies are nearly ready. They're just cooling down, and then they'll be ready to eat. Yay! Cuddle time. Yay! This is what cookies do. They make you want to cuddle and eat and be happy. Great. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, while they cool, should we go outside and play? Because that's what we're doing. Now we're homeschooling, we don't have PE. So we have to do PE. And that will be in the garden, running around in circles. Okay, hope you'll make the cookies. Hope you like them. It's as easy as that. Only 3 ingredients, 13 to 15 minutes. And they're really cheap and simple and easy. And especially good, you know, in these times of having to scrimp and scramp as a little sort of extra treat and something to do with the kids. Yeah. So happy cookie consuming, and I'm going to wait for them to cool, and then I'll come back to sample the goods, because that's the fun bit really, and tell you my verdict on how they taste. Okay, see you in a moment. So I have transferred these now that they've cooled into a tin, but the proof of the pudding is in the eating. So do you want to pick one to eat?
Yes, please, Mum.
Okay, can you just tell us how it tastes? What do you reckon to these cookies?
Yummy.
How much do you give them out of 10?
10.
Yay! It's a success! Hooray!